I'm going to start this evening, or this morning rather, when I get some people in the room. Oh, hello, greetings, greetings. Let's see. Oh, you're getting rain as well. What's your location? What's your 20? I'm here in Maryland. Morning, morning. In Florida. Okay, all right. Um, I just got off work. Well, no, I didn't get off work. I'm getting ready to get into this project here. This is a motor off of a furnace. I'm gonna do this later on this week. It's just noisy when it's running, so I know that's not good. So the bearings are going up in it. I want to get the heater. I mean, excuse me, the furnace all ready for when the weather does get really cold, and I can definitely say I did everything I could to make sure everything's running properly. Also, I'm gonna change out the igniter and the temperature sensor. You might as well before it gets. Oh, and a brand new filter. Have the furnace running up. So the rain is there. The garden's doing good. I'm almost getting to the point where my collard green and kale will produce leaves that size enough to eat. So I won't be planting anymore. Now there is something I plan on doing this year. That is buying as many different types of kale as I can buy that I find, that I like. Feels good. Got my trees trimmed back. I have one I got to finish trimming back. That is the pear tree. Good morning. Good morning. Well, you missed just the part that I said I trimmed my trees back, and also I'm waiting for my collard greens to get sized up. Let's see. Hello, hello. How you doing? Let's see. Organic. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Tried something different this week. Something called coconut water. Coconut water. I got the 100% stuff. It was small container. It said 100%. I tasted it. I said, this tastes like coconut. So it's actually coconut water. So I liked it. It's an acquired taste. I'll say that much. Green. Oh, 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 oh. Hello. How you doing? Just finished juicing. Laugh out loud. Um, I think I'm going to continue to get the coconut water because what I was reading is it has so many different benefits, and I like that about it. I like that about it. Oh, okay, okay. I didn't know you could use this smoothies. Okay, thank you. Coconut water tastes like woohoo. Yeah, yeah, it does. It's got, it's like I said, it's got it's coconut, but it still takes some getting used to. Yeah, yeah. You said it's great tasting mixed in. Okay, okay. I used to make a lot of smoothies, and I still have all the tools to do it with the blender and everything like that. But I don't like going to the grocery store and getting cherries and strawberries. And I just don't like that stuff. I don't. Push come to shove, I might get a watermelon, and I'm gonna tell you, in my opinion, that is a great drink. But I do mine different. I do watermelon in honey and what else? Is there anything else? I don't think I put strawberries in it. I think I just do the watermelon and honey, and then I add some ice to it and just let it go. And when you drink it, it's just incredible. No, like either, yeah. So yeah, drinking it by itself is definitely an acquired taste. So I found out my grocery store carries it 100% juice, so I think I'm gonna keep buying it. Anytime I see it there, I will buy it. Dee, 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 dee. Sound of music. I'm up here. It looks like it still got some rain out there, but I'm wondering if, in fact, it's going to, let's see, the grocery store has strawberries, raspberries, frozen fruit bags. Frozen fruit bags. Ah, I don't know. I guess it's an option. It is an option. Definitely an option. I have my yard set up to grow so much fruit. Um, my favorite this year that I grew, which 4 years back was not my favorite, and that is raspberries. So when I brought them here, my soil was all clay, and bought like I think I bought two plants. One was $70.70 because it was dying at the end of the year and they didn't want it, so I bought it. I go in there and I get good bargains like that. I wait until the gardening season is over and that they're starting to rack up, put things in racks that are going to be returned or just trash. I go over to the trash rack. That's what I call it. You might not want to call it that in the store, but I go over there and I look and I pick out plants. The reason why the plants look bad is because they don't water them anymore. Or when they brought them to the store, they never watered them because they're in a plastic bag and they don't water them and they got it zip not zip tied but twist tied up. They don't water it anymore. Just keep that in mind. They brought it in, beautiful plant, $8, $10, whatever they want for it. They don't want it anymore. So now it starts to die back. And when the customers come in, they start grabbing all the best looking ones. Remember that, the best looking ones. So what I do, I go back there. I'm looking for any of them with enough green in it. That's the key. That you can bring this plant back. So I go up to and I look for a manager of the gardening department. I don't want the guy at the register. I don't want the lady walking around watering the plants. I don't want her. I want the manager. The manager's going to be one to make decisions. So I go up, give him my best smile. Hello, how you doing, sir? And I said, listen, I'm interested in a few plants that are back on this rack that you are getting ready to get rid of. But I'm interested in something on it. And he'll go over, he might go over to it, he might not go over to it. He said, everything on the rack is $1. Now, you go over to that rack, after you shake his hand, you said, well, what do I do when I go over to the rack? What did you say your name was? They said Dave. Say for instance, Dave. You go over to the rack, and he said, just tell him Dave told you, everything's $1. And you go there and you look and you go, raspberry, some brown, but some green. Okay, I can bring this one back. Grab another one. Now you want $2. Grab another one. $3. Now you get about $3 worth of raspberry plants or blueberry plants or grapevines or whatever the case may be, blackberries. You get the point. You get the plants home. You got them in mostly a hot car. You want to be careful about that. Roll it home with the windows down or the air conditioning on. Don't put them in the trunk. They don't need any more shock. And you want to take them home. And you want to take and get you some, because I use a lot of cow manure. And I'll make up a cow manure tea or compost tea. And I will water those plants down real good with that. And guess what, folks? You water them down good. Don't leave the water in the bag like it's sitting in water. Hello, how you doing, sir? I was looking at the video yesterday. You were eating apples. And I thought that was, I didn't catch the name of the apple, but you were eating apples. But once you water them down with compost tea, or and all this is free. Compost tea is free. Cow manure is almost free, almost. And once you water the plants down with the tea, and you do that in the next 2 days, the plant will green up and grow so pretty that you'll ask yourself, I wonder why they threw this plant away. And then when you get it good and going, or another thing you can do, like I do, I just get the tea together, dig my little hole in the ground, put it in the ground, and water it in with the tea. So the tea makes it do this. That's what the tea makes it do. The tea does that to it. It just says, oh, thank you. That's what the plant does. And it just starts growing. It really starts taking off. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Apple, never heard of it, but thank you. It's like, folks, it's like over 2,000 different types of apples that you can eat. Apples are grown all over the world. Different types. Everything from this size to giant size. They call one of them called horse apples, and they're really big. Most people, I don't know of any people I know that eat them, but they do. Excuse me. The newest apple on the market is called Cosmetic Crunch, and produced in Washington. It's not quite on the market. Some people can find the trees. One of the trees is at fastgrowingfruittrees.com. And I heard a lot of bad things about that store, so I can't speak on that. I just know I heard bad things about it. But the trees are very, very expensive at this store. Very expensive. But they're claiming this apple is the new sheriff in town, and they need for the one called Honey Crisp, I believe it is. They tell it to move over because this is the new sheriff in town. I don't know how true that is. I just know that's what I'm hearing. They have some videos up on YouTube, but the only ones I've seen are like about a month old. So this is really a new apple. I know because I tried to get a hold of it. I called and tried everywhere. And I found it. And then I'm not giving anyone on earth $100 for an apple tree. I'm not doing that. I don't want to do that. I could do it, but I don't want to do that. Because I got 10 apple trees on my property now. I don't want to just go out and give somebody $100 for one apple tree. And God only knows what it crosses with. But and plus some of the apples I got are pretty good. I don't think there's nothing wrong with Fuji and Granny Smith and Honey Crisp, and those are the apples I have. Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, my phone will let me know as soon as you go online. My phone will pop up and say, "Hey, he's online," or someone's online. That, and I like that because I can watch some people's garden show, and I watch it. I try to watch a lot of people's garden channels because they have some good ideas and they do things differently than I do. So I like to watch that. Um, but the ones I don't watch, uh, you got some gardens out there, and here's how it works, folks. They're the ones, and they're not like food forest permaculture. Food forest permaculture will explain things to you, so even a person that's a novelist can understand what he's talking about. I try to do the same. But there are people out there that make it so complex to garden. I don't even listen to their channels. I just don't. Because here's what they did. They learned how to garden and they learned certain things that work. Like some people think when you garden, you feed the plant. But other people learn that you feed the soil. You take care of the soil. You grow the soil. And that makes for a better plant, better food, better fruit that grow from it. And now, uh, when I get on those channels and the guy says, he likes to let you know that he or she is very knowledgeable about the what they're doing, but they want you to know that they're smart and intelligent, and I get that. I do get that, but when you want to pass information on, here's a key I like to give to everybody in case you didn't know. Just in case you didn't know. Just something I learned in life. If you want to give information to people, find the simplest form to explain it so that you get more people on the same page. They understand what you're saying. And that's all. That's all. That's all I'm saying. So I like it when a person comes on and say, here's how to grow apple trees. You dig a hole, you put it in the ground. Remember, you don't necessarily have to put compost in that hole because if you feed the hole, all the tree roots are going to stay there longer. You want to allow the tree to acquiesce itself or to get familiar. That's another word being the same thing. Get familiar with the soil in that area. And it will go out because the roots are designed to do that and go out and look for food. Then once you see the plant start to grow, uh, start to put on leaves or start to budding up, then you can say, I'm gonna give it a little boost. And you pour uh, your compost tea down there. You pour your compost tea. And when you do that, the plant's gonna respond by growing faster, greener, and healthier. And that's all there's to it. And also, you can use some coffee grinds. You can use those spent coffee grinds because that's food forest permaculture. He likes that part of the process because it helps feed the soil. Let's see. I finally caught your stream. Oh, okay. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you. I am addicted to gardening, folks. I just want to let you know if you hear me on here just rambling on about gardening, it's because I'm addicted to it. I drive thinking about it. I go to sleep thinking about it. When I'm thinking about it, by seeds, I just can't stop dealing with gardening, even though we are almost into winter here, and I still think that there's something I can grow. So I love it. I love it. Gardening is incredible. You take a tiny seed, and here's the amazing thing about it. About the size of a tip of an ink pen. I think I might have put that on. Just a tip. Not this is a little tip. A kale seed. Let's let's say you only had one single kale seed. And if you know what you're doing and you put it in the ground, it's going to grow this beautiful plant and these huge leaves. and it will go through this other process where it will produce seeds, hundreds of seeds, one plant. And once it grows these seeds, you allow them to cure, and then you pull them from the plant, and then you start putting the others in the ground. Now you got tons of plants, and they're growing, and then you take the seeds from those, and you see the process I'm going through. Now you have thousands of plants, and you take the seeds from those, and now you have millions of plants, all from one seed. It's amazing to me how plants do this. So I am totally addicted to gardening. I put a seed in the ground when I am back. I put a seed in the ground, and I got to tell you, folks, when I put the seeds in the ground, I was addicted. I think I was about 7 or 8 years old. My father was in the kitchen cooking, and he was cooking some beans and with some meat in it, whatever. And he had some seeds, and looked out there at his kids laying in the dirt. And he called me in, and he said, "Come here, come here." And he said, "Open your hand." He put the seeds in my hand. And I said, "What do you want me to do with these?" And he said, gave some to my sister, gave some to my brother, gave some to me. And he said, "Put them in the ground. Don't bury them too deep." And I said, "Well, what are they going to do? Why would we put them in the ground?" And he said, "They will grow and produce more beans." I said, "Really?" And I said, "Really?" I said, "I don't know if he's cooking great food and I can smell it coming out of the kitchen. And cornbread and macaroni and cheese, and. But anyway, I digress. I put the seeds in the ground, and he told me to water it. And, give you a styrofoam cup, you go outside, and you water the seed in. And I'm looking at this saying, I don't know. He said, "When will they come up?" I go back and ask, "When will they come up?" He said, "Give it about 3 to 5 days." And I did. And we go out there like we normally do to play in the soil. And I saw this green, uh, alive uh, plant lifting up the soil. And I looked at it. I said, "What is this?" I said, "Wait a minute. This is the same spot I put the beans in." I went crazy. My adrenaline went through the roof because I could not believe this came from a seed. It looked different than a seed did. The seed was brown with speckles on it, and when this grew, it was beautiful green. And I went in there and I ran in there and I told my dad, "Dad, the beans, they're coming out of the ground. They're coming out of the ground." And right there I was hooked. Oh, you have a great day as well. And so at that point, I was done. And the next day after that, they grew bigger and bigger and bigger. And then they got long and they started changing. They started growing like a vine. And I said, "What is going on here?" And I told my dad, and he said, "It's going to grow a vine." And he said, "Just keep it watered and take care of it." And so the next phase it went through was these white flowers appeared on it. And then from the white flowers were elongated, looked like a string bean. And I said, "String bean," and then it grew and so at any rate, there are all these beans on this elongated vine, and I allowed them to grow and allowed them to grow. And then my father said, "How the beans growing?" I said, "They grow. There are lots of them. There are lots of them everywhere." And he said, "Do you want to eat them? Because you leave them out there, they'll go to seed." And I didn't know what he meant by that, but I found out later it meant they'll dry and cure, and he could use them as seed stock. And so anyway, we get the beans, we wash them, and we put them in a pot and put some meats in there with them, and they grew. And amazing enough, the beans were food. And it was a valuable, valuable lesson. And that's it on that story there. We thank you for letting me bend your ear. And I tell you, folks, it is incredible what comes from seeds. Incredible. Plants are incredible. We need them. They don't really need us. That's a fact. Well, good people, I'm going to go. Oh, for sure. Yes, 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 absolutely. And I'm going to wait for your show and and charge my phone up here because I usually watch it on my cell phone. It's in a different room. This is my office, and my office is really um, where I do my gardening and also to make my make my a little bit of a fun exchanging goods and services here. Okay, see you at the live. Okay, thank you. Good people, thank you very much. This is the Morning Gardener, and I want to thank you very much for tuning in, and I will be back again soon. Let's see, thank you for, let's see, taking your time. Oh, no problem. Thank you. Do I usually rush? Do I usually rush? You said thank you for taking your time. Do you usually find that I rush when I, go on one of my rampages is about gardening? Yeah, it's just exciting to me when I garden. It's just incredible. Let's see. I don't know. Oh, thank you. And some people tell me I talk fast sometimes. Thank you very much. And if you have subscribed to me, it'll just keep posting to you when I'm on. All right. Thank you very much, good people. And I will be seeing you soon. And I'll keep you up to date on my garden because I'm still growing my collard greens. Let's see. Falling from a culture. Good morning. All right. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Remember to keep on growing. All right. Take care.